Sand Shark fans, how's it going? Happy Sunday. We are back for another edition of the Sand Shark Rewind presented by Tanger of Hilton Head. Brackin Lambert alongside always Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr. Fellas, happy Sunday and happy NFL
Indeed.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Barely survived Wes Kerr's Carolina Panthers today.
I'll tell you, maybe Bryce Young finally has it figured out.
Bryce Young looks good.
I
think Bryce Young benefited from the time on the sideline. He looks good.
I was just seeing Dalton play. I think that was unintended good consequences for him.
You know who else looks good?
Some time on the bench, but
Ron Fudala.
USC men's basketball team. Yeah.
So, got a fun episode
6-0.
here tonight.
6-0 to start the year.
Yeah, I got a fun episode tonight. We're going to bring in a couple of guests. Our official statistician, Wes, the man you help input for, or that you help call for as he inputs, Mr. Donald Pearson. We talked about it last week and said, man, we need to get Donald in here. He's our man. And then we'll bring in men's basketball coach Ron Fudala once they enter the green room. But let's talk a little bit about the women's team right now as we have some time before they come in. Another tough one, man. That was but as Coach Sharon said, there's every single game they're getting a little bit closer, and I think that's kind of the same MO that we had last year. Is like everyone, we picked up that first game against Morris, but then all the injuries kind of came and took their wins out of their sails. I guess that's what you can say. But man, is it good to have Tanaya back?
Oh gosh, it was huge to have Tanaya back. She kept him in that game yesterday. You really saw how different it looks with a point guard, like an actual, somebody who's designed to be a point guard running the offense. She was tremendous, and man, it just felt like I thought they were going to win that game all day. I thought they were going to win that game. Just couldn't get shots to fall. They've got to get some threes to fall at some point. Because teams are just they're not honoring it right now on the perimeter, and they're sagging and just making it really difficult to get the ball inside. And so they're going to have to shoot somebody out of it. Tonight made one late, and you thought maybe if they could sink another one, they might be able to get back in it. But it was a really gutty effort, really scrappy effort. I mean, when you just look at the teams lined up before the game, like, there was a distinct advantage for Edward Waters as far as size, athleticism, and they were able to neutralize that for the most part. Just couldn't make enough shots, but they're getting there, and having Tanaya back makes them a totally different team. Totally
it really
different.
does. And the good news is that we're getting healthier. Everybody's kind of getting there. Another couple of injury scares. Kmar is going to have to get checked out a little bit. She, tweaked something, not 100% sure what it is, but hopefully it's not, anything too bad. But everybody's just, it just kind of seems like they get banged up every single game. Even T was a little bit, first full. She played 30 minutes, in her first action back. And
she didn't really look limited either. I mean, it didn't look like it slowed her down. As far as, and literally and figuratively, she still looked just as explosive off the dribble and on defense. So, it was huge to have her back, getting her back in the mix. It allows Brielle to play off the ball more too, which she creates better off the ball. So it's a big step in the right direction. Do we have anything on Bostic?
Sheridan, she's still working her way back. They said another week and a half or so that she's in the boot. That was a plantar fasciitis, a plantar something, plantar fasciitis. Had that before. It's not very fun.
No, and I was worried, but it sounds like it maybe wasn't the worst case scenario, because it sounded like it could have been like a tendon in her foot, ruptured, and that would have been bad.
Thank goodness she'll be back in just a week and a half or so. I think she might make it back for hopefully the first Peach Belt game against Augusta on the 8th. Okay. If not, she's looking more likely the 17th at Regent. That return game from last year.
It would be a huge addition too, because you talk about knocking down some threes. She's somebody who can do that with regularity. So
And that three ball is the thing that's really been kind of, they've been missing. Ella Coffey
last year and this year. They're just not. They haven't gone down.
Ella Coffey came in, and Ella's pretty. She's got a really nice shot. And all three of them that she took last night were just barely off.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like they're not that far off. They're taking the right ones.
Right.
They probably need to take more just percentage wise. You're gonna make some if you take more, but you don't want to force yourself to do it. You want to take open looks.
Take all these shots.
They're mostly taking open looks out there. They're just not going down.
Find a way to knock them down, and that'll come. I feel like as the season progresses, but the fundamentals, the way that they've been playing, I think that we're starting to see more of the better side of it from on Saturday, and they competed. I mean, this was they cut it down to 4 a couple times in the second half. This was tight, unfortunately, until Edward Barr was able to pull away right close to the end, but they kept it in striking distance. Just as you mentioned, JG, unable to hit enough shots to really get fully back in it. But still, you can see the signs tonight. As you said, it's just so important to have her back. And she was able to get to the line a couple times, and produce defensive side as well, picking up a couple of steals. So important high energy player, and I still think we're going to see better things from Lydia Gattuso as it goes along.
Oh yeah.
I feel
that was an underrated factor in yesterday's game. She got those 2 early fouls and sat for most of the first half, and you saw the difference when she came back in too. I mean, she's a player who can get what she wants on offense most of the time, and they don't have a lot of players who can do that. So when she's on the bench, you see the difference. She's a dog, absolute dog. She didn't have the most productive game yesterday because of the foul trouble. But when she was in there, she made a huge impact and got them back in the game and gave them a shot at the end. So I thought all in all, it was a positive day for the women. And it seemed like Coach Versup agreed with that, especially just having Tanaya back, getting her back in the mix. That's huge and changes everything going forward. So Tuesday should be interesting for them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tuesday. It's going to be a difficult game. I know that Savannah State's pretty strong there in the SEAC, and but I guarantee you, if everybody's playing strong, Lydia doesn't get into foul trouble. I think that's a different game with Edward Waters.
Oh, for sure,
absolutely. That's important to pick that up. You put that up there with Gattuso, and sometimes you understand how much a key player contributes and how important it is, how unfortunate it is when you have an early foul trouble situation like we have. But even so, USC was able to find ways to stay in it thanks to some nice play from Tanaya Bowman and also Brielle Bartle making some impacts as well as Shania Rose. So other starters picked it up to keep them in it, but just not fully enough to get back over the line and find a way to catch up with still a very solid Waters team. So I think the best is certainly yet to come for this group, and I just feel like these last couple of games you're starting to see better combined play from this team, and we hope for stronger health moving forward, and that we get a full complement of players back as we head into the conference portion of the year. But they're challenging themselves early for sure. They've been playing some tough opponents.
Yeah, I mean, the schedule is definitely a lot more intense than it was last year. Allen is a strong opponent. I think they're still undefeated if I looked correctly. And then Edward Waters is another solid opponent. Savannah State, all playing, relatively local. I don't want to say local, but like regional opponents in terms of D2 talent.
Right.
Allen lost.
Oh, they did lose. Okay.
Yep, they lost Friday night to North Georgia by 20.
Okay, yeah. Well, we've been there. We beat North Georgia, man. That game last year was probably the most fun.
That was epic.
Highlight of the year for sure. Yeah.
But I think right now the biggest thing is for them just to get that win underneath their belt, and they picked up two exhibition wins against Payne and Voorhees, and give them all the credit. The Voorhees game wasn't very good statistically, I would say, and that's something that both Sharon and Brady agreed with. They were like, it was horrible statistically, but it doesn't matter. You win by 1, you win by 50. It doesn't matter.
Well, we're trying to learn how to win, right? Like, just win, baby. We've been in a lot of games. We got to figure out how to win them, and they figured out how to win that one. So that's always a good thing, regardless of the score or the stats.
Right. Well, we got our one special guest who just entered the green room, and let's bring him in. And he is burning the, I won't say midnight oil, but the 8 o'clock oil.
Not midnight yet, but he'll be burning it at midnight too. Here he is.
Yeah.
Ron Fudala.
Coach Ron, what's up, buddy?
Good evening, gentlemen. How's everybody tonight?
We're doing great.
Solid. And
Doing all right, brother.
getting the new digs underway. I like the office setup. How's it going?
We're getting there. A lot of growth to be done, but I'm glad to be here.
Hey, man. All the offices, everybody's kind of moved around, and we're all kind of in our new spaces. So Ron's got his own office now, and he's Matt also wants to help you run that long HDMI cable through the ceiling. Just want to let you know. We talked about it the other day.
A little shop talk here on Sand Shark Rewind. What's going on, Coach Ron? Great to see you guys in the Cove yesterday. Really, it's so much fun. I had forgotten how much fun it was to sit courtside and watch you guys go up and down the floor. And first opportunity for Rob Benson, who had a great time and enjoyed it. But you guys are off to a really strong start. You've gone out and tested yourselves in a way that you really couldn't last year because you didn't know exactly what the landscape looked like. You didn't have a lot of flexibility in scheduling by the time you were making it. But, getting out on the road and playing some tough opponents early, how much do you feel like it has you guys ready for not only Tuesday against Savannah State, but what you're going to face in the Peach Belt this year?
I like the challenge. I like to challenge our guys. I think it readies us to kind of prepare for the unpreparable, if that makes any sense. You're traveling on the road. You don't know weather conditions. You don't know if you're going to have to change up practice a little bit. You don't know how much warm-up time you're going to have. But it's similar to our style, similar to our game. We play a fast-paced style game, and another team adjusts, and we got to be able to adjust on the fly. So part of the travel adjustment is kind of the preparation to prepare for the unpreparable, and I think our guys are handling it very well.
Funny you mentioned other teams adjusting to your style. You have pretty good luck dictating the pace and playing at your pace for the most part. But Edward Waters yesterday in the middle part of the game was able to kind of force it to slow down and play in the half court a little bit more and get back in the game. But then you guys were able to ramp it back up and get them out of their comfort zone and back into yours late. How do you, when somebody is able to slow you down, how do you get them out of their comfort zone and get them back up to your speed?
I think we change up our look a little bit, and I don't want to give up, too much.
Yeah, no state secrets.
But we change it up a little bit. We bring different guys in different ways. We try to see what advantage do we have on the floor, and we try to exploit that advantage. And hopefully when we can get a couple buckets doing that, we can get our press going and starting to speed them up. We want to make them try to do something that they're not good at. And we kind of identify that throughout the game. And sometimes it takes a little while, and sometimes it takes longer than we'd even like to. But I think throughout the course of the game, I just think we have really good players, and we have a lot of them. And that's what I love about our team. We use kind of some time to see who's get it going, to see where our advantages is, and then we exploit that. And I think as we're able to do that throughout the course of the game, I think the other team, they're just like, oh, not this guy again, not this guy again. And by the end of the game, we've been getting the results that we like.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yep. Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun to follow you guys on the road. I mean, you guys scheduled some tough games, but so far unbeaten 6-0. And I just want to hear your thoughts on the way this team has started and why you scheduled these difficult games to begin the year and how they've passed all these tests so far in the first few weeks of this season.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the results, but I just want to keep getting better. I want to have that growth mentality, and I think you need to challenge yourself if you want to have a growth mentality. If we're just trying to go out and just stack up some dubs, I don't know how we're growing as a team. Yeah, it's great. But I like to challenge our guys. And our guys want the challenge. That's what I love. They want the challenge. They want to play the best teams. And so we tried to do our best in scheduling challenges, and we're going to continue to do that moving forward. I tell our guys, I'm not worried about where we're at. I'm just worried about the growth. Are we going to keep growing? Are we going to keep taking these challenges and grow in areas? And throughout the course of the season, if we can say we got better, we've done our job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this schedule for you guys has been. I think you said you told me during the summer you were scheduling these games up in Pennsylvania and all that kind of stuff to give your guys who were up there, Kev, Tasso, Kyle, Shea, all of them kind of a home game and get them an opportunity to play a little bit closer to home. Pitt Johnstown, going back up to IUP in a couple weeks or next week. But do you think playing those teams right there, Pitt Johnstown has kind of been on a low, I don't want to say a bad spin, but they've, not up to the same caliber like West Virginia Wesleyan really battled that road trip. But you guys were playing, back-to-back days, 2 weekends in a row, and you played 3 games in 4 days with playing Voorhees on Tuesday. So how does that, affect, your guys are definitely probably a little bit tired, probably enjoying these next couple of days off.
Yeah, we want to prepare. It's when we want to win the Peach Belt, we got to win 3 games in 4 days, right? So I got to prepare our guys to do that. That's what we're trying to do. It's all in preparation for the ultimate goal and using each challenge to do that. And I kind of liked it. It's this is what I love about our guys. It's a real program. We're a program. We're not a team. I learned it, when I first got into coaching. We had I was at Santa Clara, and we had a kid from Chicago who was a 4-year player for us, school's all-time leading scorer, 3-point. And in his senior year, we're taking our team to Chicago so he can play a home game. We owed that loyalty to him. So these are program type games when you're establishing your culture and your program. So I want to do it every year. I want to play in the hometown of the guys that we got. To give them a home game, and it's for the program. And for the players in the program, because that's what it's all about.
Heck yeah, man. Going back to what you said about the growth early, we have a saying, or I stole it from Coach, but we care what happens, but we care more how it happens. And you have to be really pleased with the unselfishness. I mean, if I could point to some mistakes of judgment yesterday, most of them would have been because they were too unselfish, making an extra pass, passing up a shot that they can make, that kind of thing. And you can live with that, right? So as far as how it's happening so far, what are you seeing from these guys?
Yeah, I want to sign the contract that says all of your guys will be unselfish and they'll make mistakes being unselfish. And I'll sign that dotted line anytime.
Great deal.
It's team. We're all about the team. We told our guys we work all summer in the off season. It's all individual work, but as soon as that October 15th date comes rolling around, we are all about the team. And you don't have to have certain emphasis on any one in particular. We're going to be the best passing team, we're going to be the best shooting team. So we're just going to be the best team. All right, and the best team will win. And if you want to win, we got to be the best team.
And I think an important factor that I kind of asked some of the women's players about was it's just about having this full summer, this full off season to prepare for year 2. I mean, how valuable was the extra time that you got just after the first year of your belt to help you prepare, hit the transfer portal and bring in some new additions this year?
Well, yeah, it's all about the players, right? We identified what we wanted to bring in, and we got some dudes, and I love every single one of them. And that's what makes it special. When you have really, really good players, that's first and foremost. And then if those really, really good players want to get really, really good and really, really, really want to buy in, then you got some good mojo going. So that's what we're striving to do. And what's huge is even in year 2, there's the chemistry of the guys, back. It's we know how to practice better. We don't waste practice reps. We get more practice reps in, and we practice the same amount of time. So we're practicing better. We have a better, maturity level as far as we get our business done, and then we work on individually what we need to. it's just growth and maturity in how we operate on a day in and day out basis. And it's little operational things too. You know, running in and out of drills, we're locked in on film a little bit more. All these little things add up, and everything matters. Like we said, we're always one play away. So we're either one play away from victory or we're one play away from defeat. And that's kind of been our motto these past couple weeks. And I think it's showing on the floor, and I'm encouraged with our guys.
Yeah. And there's not one guy that is like the one, the guy you look at like as last year we had, one or two guys that you looked at to be the big scorers. And this year, every single game, there's someone different, whether it be, Ollie or it's Kev or Kyle or Kenny. I mean, like literally there's just so many guys, and you're averaging 4 or 5 guys in double figures every
5 in double figures and 1 averaging 9.
Oh.
Want to get that up
That's
to
pretty
8.
good. Want to get that up to 8?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I mean, you got 2 guys that are at 7.3 and 7.2, and then one at 6.2, and the guy was 7.2 and the guy was 6.2 went absolute bonkers for about 2 minutes each yesterday, with Tassos Spanos and Hudson Norton both just catching fire. So, I mean, it's well within the realm of possibility that you could get 8 into double digits.
I said 8. I meant 10, actually.
Oh, 10. Okay. And we'd have to go down to Christian, but yeah, it's doable.
How does it feel to have Hudson back and healthy? The maturity level on the court, I think, in terms of just watching him practice everything.
He's a whole man.
Yeah, man. He's Hudson is really, man. He's taken a huge step forward, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's locked in, and it's crazy. Like when you have I just want to help the team win, and I'll literally do whatever I can do to help the team win. It just frees you up. It just frees you up, and it gives you a singular focus, and it allows you to just play for the love of the game. And I want to keep growing him in that area, and all of our guys, and they're doing a tremendous job.
Yeah, he's physically, he's impressive. I mean, even last year, but he looks bigger and stronger this year, and certainly some time on the bench with an injury can change your perspective a little bit, right? Seeing it from a different angle, seeing coach connect dots to things he's saying that you don't see in the heat of the moment, and those kinds of things. So, and just makes you hungry to get back out there. You don't want to come off the field again. So, he looked good coming back from the injury. Dylan Lewis as well. I thought that was a guy that was really key for you last year, and then when you lost him to injury, it kind of shook up the dynamic a little bit, and that was a clear piece you were missing. But having him back out there, he's got great length. So, I mean, just so many pieces, man. It's really fun to watch. The new guys, Alejandro Alat is unbelievable, just unbelievable. Dominic Eason is incredible athlete for a freshman. My goodness.
Freak.
I couldn't be more excited, dude. It's so fun. I can't wait for Tuesday at End Market.
Yeah, I hope we have a nice showing, and I'm excited for the community. I love this game. Our program is so special, and it's what we try to do. It's like we play in big venues, big arenas, and we go on the road, we travel, we work as a team. It's all about growing the program, man. And I'm excited for our guys to have this opportunity and for the community to see it. And I'm trying to bring the Rival Rivalry little trophy back to USCB this year. So I'm excited for the challenge.
Yeah, it's a fun rivalry, and that kind of brings out the best in a lot of your guys to have this goal early in the season. There are a few goals, many goals that you set out for at the beginning of the year, but having this opportunity to win a rivalry game, bring a trophy back to USCB for the first. I mean, that's some good motivation heading out there to a big stage in Savannah.
Yeah, it's great arena, great venue. And it's exciting for us. It's exciting for the community. We take one step at a time. We're going to prepare tomorrow. We're going to prepare Tuesday up until game time. We're preparing, and then we're going to let our talents be on display and play for each other, and hopefully we get a good result.
Yeah. And coach, so like last year you guys had a couple of guys, average double digits in rebounds too, and you guys are still doing a good job. But I don't know if you've looked. I mean, I don't know how much of the stats you look at. I know you like the plus minus on the stat sheet. We talked about that. but not one guy has picked up double-digit rebounds at all this season yet.
That's
in
crazy.
all 6 games. So like someone was at 9 last night, but I mean that's kind of a game changer because you had your big man last year doing that, picking up, averaging 18 rebounds a game, and now we're not even close to that. Like
now they're spread out.
They're great. I mean, like you look, it's almost the same number of rebounds total, but it's going out there and it's definitely spread out. And Allie being one of them who can just, man, that the ups on that kid is unreal for being 6 feet tall.
Well, and the way he sees the game and anticipates and gets himself in the right position. I mean, that's more of it. He ain't tall, but he gets in position to make rebounds. Kenny plays taller than he is too. I mean, that guy will back you down and put you on the block. So
yeah, got to rebound.
Got to rebound. I mean, that's all about want to, right? Rebounds are all about want to. Just who wants it more?
Yep. Look at Dennis Rodman's stats. He wanted it more than everybody else.
He sure did. So, but yeah, Coach, heading into Tuesday's game, are you guys going to go practice tomorrow at End Market? You guys get some time tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll have a little practice at End Market tomorrow. Then we'll be back here Tuesday for shoot around on our home floor, and then head down there and play, and see what we got. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, great opportunity for you. And let's just take me back to this game on Saturday. First opportunity to play at home, and you guys put up a heck of a performance against a challenging Edward Waters team. So, kind of just discuss what you saw and how this group was able to power past a tough opponent, got hot from 3 in the second half, and use that to power them to victory in front of a terrific crowd on Saturday.
Yeah, I think we're just gritty. I think we make the necessary plays in the necessary moments to get going. Some of our shots weren't falling, but we were finding other areas to make a difference, to make an impact. I think that's just what our guys did. It might be diving on the floor. I saw a little bit of that. I saw some guys grabbing some tough rebounds, and I saw some guys making plays for others. And I think all those little plays add up, and it gets to the result that you do. I don't think it's certain particular strategy we had. We went out and played our game, and guys sacrificed. They sacrificed for each other and make the necessary plays. It was good to see our home crowd, man. I think I was saying to Coach JJ after the game, man, gym is loud. The gym is loud, and it can be one of the best home court advantages, I think, in the country. And I really mean that. Like, I don't say stuff that I don't mean. It's loud, it's packed, and people want to see Sand Sharks play defense and play for each other, and I think that's what we were able to do.
Oh, it's definitely loud, and it's imagine what it's like when you get that place completely packed with students, and get that back with the baseball team. The baseball team's excited to come back. They're ready for some antics down there at the baseline during free throws. That was so much fun last year. So I think they're really excited. And then, if you have someone come up and throw down a big dunk or something like that, they're going to go wild and they're going to switch sides and make it crazy. So.
Yeah, we got something special going. I think our community and our school, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to build a special product. Like I said when we first got here, trying to build a product that's fun to cheer for and that's easy to love on and that the community can be proud of. That's really what we're trying to do. So all those things are welcome in our gymnasium.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a good one yesterday. It was fun. It was raucous. A lot of kids. A lot of kids out. I liked that.
Talk more about the Relat because that's someone who has been in the big stage before, throughout his career prior to USCB, and way to deliver a big-time performance. Not just 17 points, but the 8 assists on top of that is quite an afternoon.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. He's a baller, and he cares. When you're a baller and you care, you're special, and he cares and he wants to keep getting better. Like he doesn't think he just keep getting better. That's all. Just keep growing. What could we have done here? when you have that mentality, it enables you for success. And that's what we're seeing in him right now, and we're going to continue to keep getting better.
Yeah, he's an animal. He's an
Final
animal.
thoughts
He's a
Coach
game
Ron
changer.
before we let him out, let him roll. I know he's getting ready for that game on Tuesday.
Yeah, if
Come
he
down to
got
Inmarket
tired, I would
Arena.
think.
Check out the
If he
Sand
got
Sharks,
tired,
man.
I would suggest he was tired, but I don't think he does. What do you got, Coach?
No, I encourage everybody to stop out to Inmarket Arena. Come check out the Sand Sharks and the Savannah State Tigers, right?
Yep.
Tigers.
Savannah State Tigers. Indeed.
Hey, we already took down one Tigers. We'll take down another one on Tuesday, right?
Looking
That's
forward
right.
to it, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys having me. All right.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
Coach. Appreciate your
Always
time.
pleasure.
Coach. Tomorrow.
Be well.
Coach Ron Fudala, man, he's the man. Love getting to work with
He is
him
the
and love
man.
being around him, and he's a tremendous asset to this program. And him and Coach Sharon both really, bounce ideas off of each other, and he learns from her and she learns from him, and it's all that whole Sand Shark family is really is slowly growing. So, but yeah, man, I'm pumped for Tuesday. It's going to be it's a neutral site, but we're the host team, so that's going to be a fun atmosphere. JJ, you're going to be on the call, and you guys are.
Yes, sir.
I'll be up there tomorrow to kind of scope out the details where we're going to put you guys, and a shout out to my student staff crew who is going to be out there. We've got pictures, we've got video coming, we are streaming the game. We'll be using Inmarket's Wi-Fi, so we'll have a 2-camera broadcast. JJ and Rob Benson will be on the call for both games, correct?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Awesome.
And our man Donald, who is unfortunately not going to be able to hop on tonight, I think. I'm looking at everything. Oh, 3 minutes. He said, give him 3 minutes. On here.
All right.
We'll talk. So he just texted me back and said that. So we'll have him join us here in just a minute. But Donald will be on the stats. Wes, I know you told me you won't be able to be there because of a previous obligation, but that's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, wish you would be able to make it, but family things come first, and
always.
I will. Yep.
Family, man, family. Always rocking the family.
Yep.
So. No, that's the biggest thing is, take care of stuff with the family and do your thing.
Yep,
So
it is Thanksgiving week, and
It is.
you're obligated to be with people, and it's definitely will miss being able to go to this really special game, but I'm hoping it provides some good memories for you guys and for your staff. What a great opportunity, especially for those, not just the players and the coaches, but also your staff. Working in a big time arena and in a big time environment. So that's got to be awesome.
Yeah, I think they're excited. I know for a couple of my kids, this is going to be a game that they'll remember in terms of where they came to watch it last year, and this year they're going to get to be home.
Because I just remember when I was a play-by-play guy for baseball for my time at Davidson, and I had to call a game. We got an opportunity to call a game at the Charlotte ballpark in Uptown Charlotte,
Nice.
and that was kind of a dream situation that I was a big part of. And it's just those opportunities that you get when you're a student. You take advantage of them, and you savor them and you enjoy them. And so just hope these kids will understand how fun and how special it is to be involved with a program like this and a big event like this. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and we're running it basically as a full broadcast, 2 cameras, the switcher. We won't have the whole big production setup like we do at school, but I do think, and I'm probably a little biased to this, but that we do probably run one of the better productions in the Peach Belt. 2-man crew every single game, and multi-camera. I know the referees are always like, hey, you got all 4 of those cameras? And nope. We got all 4 of them, but doesn't necessarily mean that all 4 are going to be filming at the same time.
Right.
So excited to see how that goes. That's a big shout out to Dr. Caroline Sawyer, who's been a big part of our broadcast team, and she's done a phenomenal job of putting together a solid product for us out at the Cove. So she was feeling a little under the weather this past week, so hoping she's feeling better. This weather whiplash, man, I'm telling you, it was 65 and almost 70 degrees today, and then it was 44 last night. So it's It's crazy. So, but as we kind of talk a little bit about Tuesday, JJ, what's your thoughts on the women's side? Looking ahead to this game.
Yeah, I haven't dug too deep into Savannah State yet, just looking at results, but they played a close game with Johnson C. Smith. Edward Waters split with Johnson C. Smith. They were both close games, but about the same margin. So I think they're mostly kind of on par with Edward Waters. So I think it's a game that if USCB plays well and makes a few more shots than they have, certainly 17% from 3-point range is they can't hold all year. You got too many people who can shoot it from the outside for that to stay true. So I think if they get a few threes to go down, they got a shot to win this game. Got to keep people out of foul trouble. Obviously, Gattosi and Rose have gotten into a lot of foul trouble, and you notice when they're not on the court. So I think they got a shot. They again, it's more about how it happens than what happens. But I think they should be able to stay in this game. And then the men, that's going to be a Donnybrook straight up. That's going to be a battle. Going to be a battle.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see how it unfolds, but I think this is a huge statement opportunity for this USCB program coming in
for sure
to Win-Market Arena, playing a Savannah State team that I feel like they can kind of surprise a bit, and maybe not a surprise as much as find a way to beat them, because I'm sure they've been noticing what USCB has been doing. I feel like they will. They're ready for this game. I feel like they're going to provide some energy as well. So I think it's going to be a classic of a ball game out there on Tuesday night. And I think it could be anyone's game at the end of the day. And I love the way USCB is playing, how they're trending heading into this ball game. It's a really strong team. And like I said, there's so many different weapons that can become a factor for Ron Fudala's squad, and we saw a lot on Saturday night. But we've seen guys like Kenny Gaines and others who can step up in moments notice and just be that guy. And come on, Price and Hudson Norton. The list really goes on, and so that's what really makes it tough for opponents this year. And I kind of feel like USCB is gonna have that edge going into this game, but I think it's really gonna be anyone's to win. But I'm like I said, I'm pumped to see how it goes, and the atmosphere is going to be great. I hope we get a good student turnout to watch it. I know this is heading towards it's Thanksgiving break, so not quite exam season yet, but hopefully those who are still in the area during this time will be able to make it and be a part of it. So and thanks to Win-Market for hosting and for Savannah State giving this opportunity to play this game, because it means a lot, and it's it could be a big stepping stone for a program like this looking to find their mark before conference play. And so far it's been so good for USCB and the men and for the women as well. I mean, it certainly might be a little more of an uphill battle for them, but I feel like making a strong statement here is important, and you want to play well when you get a special opportunity to play in a game like this. And it's one of those that especially younger players really relish, but I think everybody will as well.
Yeah. Well, let's bring in another guy who has probably the best seat in the house, I'd say.
Yeah.
Our official statistician who's going to be with us all season long, Mr. Donald Pearson,
aka the Crypto Whisperer.
What up, everybody? How's everything going? Man, had a wonderful day. I just finished taking in a little bit of NFL today. As y'all can see, Bo Nix is my guy right now. So hopefully he keeps on following through with his rookie contract. Boo. Hey, y'all got away with one against us, Chiefs. Y'all got away with one with us.
That's all we do is get away with them.
Oh,
that's all we do.
Away all year. It's been that
7 points or less is y'all's winning factor right there, man.
That's our bag.
Y'all been doing things big this year.
We do just enough.
That's right.
That's how we do it.
For y'all to be conference rivals for us, man, I actually kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate to say it, but I like them, man. You know, so I'm gonna let y'all hold that bag for a little while. But look, we making we making the playoffs this year under Sean Payton's second year, Bo Nick's first year. I think we doing great for it to be what it is this
Schedule
year.
for sure.
So
That division. I mean, look at the Chargers. How well they're doing.
Yeah, they're tough too.
they doing good, man. Hey, they beat us. I was pretty upset about that, by the way. But yeah, I think we're forced to be reckoned with next year and the year after.
How about we talk some USCB hoops? So and man,
I'm
this
in.
this was a ton of fun. Hey, it's great to work with you at the scores table, but I want to hear your take on what you have seen for both these squads on Saturday, and especially the way the guys team have started unbeaten.
So yeah, I'd love to talk about the guys team, man. Alejandro, I don't know where y'all got him from, but he is a
FAU.
dog.
Yeah, he is.
He is a dog. Yo, he surprised me the most out of everybody, man. His quickness, his alertness to everything that's going on the court, and he has a trigger that is so quick. I mean, and it's accurate, so it helps a whole lot, man. Like he's determined to make sure that the team is moving in the right direction. Kevon, you know, coming back from last year, he's definitely a good leader, always strong down low and outside, so he can play both parts of the court, being inside and outside. Definitely a big thing. Who is Dominic Eason? Who's this guy?
Freshman out of Toombs County in Georgia.
The athletic ability from this kid is something. Everybody wants his ability,
right?
And yeah, he is definitely going to cause Savannah State some problems, man. I am so ready for this in market game, man. It's going to be something else. With Savannah State bringing back AJ Plain, he is one of my top guys. It is just hard to guard him as a guard. He's always looking for, just a big play. He's just a big play offensive guy. Javante is going to cause Alejandro a lot of problems. Javante is a big defensive dude. That's what he's known for out there. He's a lockdown point guard. So it's going to be real great to see how those guys play against each other. I'm just ready for the game, man. I can't wait to see how it goes now. And I'm hoping that that the crowd is a little bigger than last year. Seeing how they're building up to it this year is a little bit different than how it was last year. So I'm definitely ready, man. It's gonna be great. And then how do y'all feel about this thing going into Tuesday?
Straight dogfight.
Yeah, I'm really excited, especially with the way both teams are playing. The women's team are just a tick away, and Donald, you've been there at 3 games, and you kind of you see everything right there from the table. But I mean,
absolutely,
you can probably agree that the girls are just a tick away from getting right back into it.
So with the injuries that y'all girls have, man, it's a little tough for the girls. I know they are definitely missing that front court play. But I think they're gonna give Savannah State a little bit of problems, so definitely gonna give them a little bit of problems. I think the women's team for Savannah State, they got a little bit more of a little bit of people coming back from last year. That's gonna help them out a little bit. And then the ladies that would have been back for you guys, but again, they're injured. I think that might cause a little issue out there against that Savannah State team. But I think they still gonna give them a run for the money. I saw them come alive a little bit against Edward Waters. Because Edward Waters' team is pretty decent in the SIAC conference. So yeah. Those girls, they get after it. And with their new coach too, they seem to be playing just a little bit tougher this year than they were last year.
Yeah,
So I think that might
I will
cause
agree
Savannah
to
State a little bit problems, man.
Yeah, I think that you can, especially the guys. I mean, you talk about the girls as well. Just the grit that the guys play. I think it's been elevated a bit more this year. I mean, they always play with that fast up tempo basketball, but I just feel like the
Hmm.
physicality, the grittiness of this team is really
Yes, it is.
increased early in the year, and the depth has gotten better despite a couple of losses from last season who were no longer on the team. Once again, Relat is a dude. I said earlier, playing 30 minutes. 17 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. I mean, just an absolute dog out there. But there have been others. I mean, Dylan Lewis putting in the minutes as well, getting into double figures alongside Kenny Gaines and Hudson Norton. So just the multitude of groups you could come out here and play a couple solid minutes, and you can switch them out with some others. It's really beneficial when everybody locks into their role and we get to see the outcomes as what we have seen so far. But yeah, Donald, just to tell us a little bit more about your background and your passion and how you got involved here with the USCB basketball program.
So well, to go back to my start, my dad actually started the sports information at Savannah State.
Oh wow.
And so with him doing that, I just learned the ins and out of being a statistician just from him. I used to help him a lot of years. Once I got old enough to kind of understand the way that those things work. After he retired, he helped the current athletic director who used to be the statistician for Bethune-Cookman,
Hmm.
Opio Mashariki. He took over at Savannah State as the SID, and now he is currently the athletics director. So he just
Nice.
brought me in to, really help him out, and
Right,
I do what I can for him for
right,
any sport: football, baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball. Doesn't matter. I do the stats for all of those. So like that's been a thing for me. It's been a passion of mine. I actually played basketball in high school. I played at Savannah State my freshman year. I played basketball there, and then I've just always been a Tiger all my life. And then one day I got asked to do a game for USCB. It was like a call-in favor, and man, ever since then I've been like, yo,
yeah,
Sand Sharks is where it's at, man. Like
Right.
I love it over there, man. The atmosphere is great. The people there are wonderful. I just love it over there, man. Everything about it is like, the type of thing that I would want to work for. So,
right.
coming
Awesome.
over there, Wes, working with you, you have a knack for how a game needs to be called. And it makes it so easy for me
Right.
to, record all of the
Yeah.
stats and everything, man.
Well, I
Like
think
you
it's
you
just
just naturally have a thing.
having the play-by-play voice helps because you can
Yeah.
speak it in a way where it flows, and I feel like just doing a bunch of
Absolutely.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
I haven't done much. Like I've only called like one basketball game. That was actually the first basketball game I ever called was in this building in the Cove. It was a high school game. It was
Okay.
the state championship at the Skiza level where Hilton had Christian Academy beat JP Chichampa II. But I've called a bunch of baseball games. I've called college baseball games at the D1 level at the and now at the D2 level for USCB. Women's soccer as well here for the Sand Sharks. So just having the background of the flow
Hmm.
of how to call a game, it helps when you're trying to relay basically what happens and it
Yeah.
just yeah, so I feel like that definitely helps. Obviously I had to adjust as it's gone along, just having to kind of like what constitutes in certain situations,
Sure.
but now once you get the
Hmm.
hang of that, it kind of flows really well. So yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed working with you, and it's a lot of fun, and I definitely I'll say I definitely get more excited when we make a big three or we put a big play. I'll definitely have more inflection when that happens.
And man, yo, listen, and I can hear it every single time, man. It is the dopest thing ever. So like you're really mild mannered, very soft spoken most of the time. But like when we make a big play, I don't ever have to worry about hearing whatever it is that you got to say is happening on the court because it is loud.
Right.
It is definitely like it's excitement, man, and I love it, man. You actually make me look away from my computer a whole lot, which I probably don't need to do. But you make me look away from my computer when you get excited like that. It's like, damn, what did I miss? So yeah, man, you make it but you make it real easy for me, man. And I appreciate that a whole lot,
Well,
man.
great. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, that last year, and Donald, I'm gonna tell the little story. So we work through the scores table, which is basically a third party stat program or stat issuer, and the guy that was supposed to do it had tonsillitis and called our scheduler.
Oh.
And Anthony is up in New York, so he schedules for the Georgia, South Carolina region, and or at least across the coast. And then he calls me at 7 o'clock on November 11th, 2023, and says, "All right, don't kill me." And I've talked to this man like 4 or 5 times. And he says, "All right, don't kill me, but the stat guy, the inputter that we had can't come. He was at the emergency room last night with tonsillitis or whatever it was. He almost had to have like a tonsillectomy or something like that." I'm like, dude, Anthony, it's our opening day. I can't stat. I don't know what what are we supposed to be doing? And so he's like, don't worry. He's like, I'm gonna call everybody I know to get somebody down there. It's a 1:30 tip off. So we're like, okay, goodness gracious. All right. And so finally it's Donald who got the call. And I think it was about 9 o'clock. He calls me and he says, you're going to love me. And he said, I got a guy. He's coming from Savannah. He's going to finish up whatever he's doing and he'll be there right before tip. Send him the game key, send him everything you need. I said, okay. And he sent us an email. I sent everything. And then all of a sudden Donald walks in and I'm like, I just wanted to give you a big hug. And then after that, it's been I don't want to say downhill because it's been great. Donald in 95% of our games last year. I believe every game minus 1 you'll be at this year because of a previous commitment. Okay. And awesome. That's a huge thing. Like, and like you said, we all feel like, you're part of the family. And so we are extremely happy to have Donald on board with us, and he's been doing a great job. And it's funny because we have a Don and a Donald at the table. Don does our scoreboard inputting, and so our opening night, or no, it was our Thursday night game against Allen, and Don had a family emergency. So I'm like, Quinn, I'm going to be at the table tonight. Don's out because of a family emergency. And he's like, man, that joker, he told me that he would never miss a game, this, that, or the other.
You talk about me.
He promised me.
Never.
Oh my God.
Mask or whatever. I was like, Quinn, you're talking about Donald, not Don. It was a.
Hey, look, I'm gonna need a new name. Then if that's gonna cross, I need a new
I already
name.
got
Give
one
me something
for you.
else.
I already got one for you. You're Eric Andre, buddy. I mean,
I knew it was coming.
Look
I
at
knew
that.
it was coming.
Come on.
I'm in.
Eric
Hold on,
Andre
do that
right
again.
there.
Hey, did you get it cut? Did you just get it trimmed?
Yeah, it looks a little
No,
shorter.
all I did was wash my hair, man. I just didn't pick it all the way out yet.
I got you.
Okay.
It's all good. I'm gonna pick it out.
now.
I'm gonna pick it out before Tuesday. It'll be a little while to Tuesday.
Well, maybe we change your nameplate on the scores table to Eric Andre.
I'm in. Matter of fact, we need to tag. Hey, go ahead and tag Eric Andre and hey, yo, Eric Andre. Hey, I might not be just as funny as you, but I am a character, dog. You might want to put me in one of your shows one day. Go ahead and do that.
Oh, no question. No question. You're hilarious, bro.
Yeah, man, it's so much fun, and we're so thankful to have you, man. And I'm looking
Man,
forward.
I appreciate it, man.
So, but yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Rewind. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, get ready for Thanksgiving week. Everybody's off this week. So we're going to get ready. I know I'm going to head over to End Market tomorrow and get some time out there just to go get some B-roll and whatnot for our social media coordinators and all of our kids, get kind of scope out the lay of the land. So we got everything's covered, all the stuffs. We're going to be there. Donald, I get to be at the table with you doing PA.
Yo, that's gonna be a wild night, by the way.
It's gonna be fun.
Everybody, hey, y'all need to make sure y'all make it out there, because I mean, even though y'all not gonna be down there hearing everything that we say at the scores table, trust me, it is great stuff that goes on down there.
It sure is. So, well, Donald, the crypto whisperer, also known as Eric Andre, thank you for your time, my friend. I cannot wait to see you on Tuesday. Any final thoughts, guys?
I'll be there
tonight.
Nah, man, just ready for Tuesday. Ready for some more Ronnie ball.
Let's go. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Sandtrack Rewind. For Donald, Justin, and Wes, I'm Brackin, and as always, keep those fins up. We'll see you guys next week.